Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. We are slightly tardy today. Because we have our team meetings before this and it went long today. So here we are. And there's something very important that I must share with you before we get this show on the road today. It's very important because we just got to get it out of the way. I get really excited and I get sweaty armpits. And today I'm wearing a gray t-shirt. So we're just going to have a look and see how I have sweaty armpits. So if I raise my arms up in excitement and you see I have sweaty armpits, great. Now you know. And you don't have to be like, oh, I wonder if she knows. I know. Your armpits sweat too. It's all good. Groovy like a drive-in movie.
You just pulled off a Kevin Hart.
What?
Like
What's a Kevin Hart?
It's like you let them know what they were going to think, so now it's like not going to be awkward anymore. Because
I think you just made Kevin Hart a verb.
Yeah. When you've done big things in life, you can.
I want to be a verb. I want to. You just
Erinisms. We talked about Erinisms.
You just Erined the shit out of that.
Didn't we talk about that at ENS Live? Erinisms.
Probably.
Yeah. Whatever. It's Thursday.
Good morning.
It's April. Happy spring.
Then it's moist. My armpits are moist.
True that.
For people, again, you guys, if you're listening to this, what's it called when you listen? A podcast. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch. It's so much more entertaining.
Yeah, you're gonna see Erin's sweaty armpits.
Gosh, now you're bummed you missed it. That's all right. I forgive you. Okay, gosh, today we're relationship conversations, one of my favorite days, one of my top 5 favorite day conversations that we have on Espresso. You see what I did there? Mm-hmm. There's 5 days. Mm-hmm. It is April Fool's Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I ain't trying to fool nobody.
No.
I'm here to bring the truth. TRRROOUFPH. Truth.
In boogie language.
In boogie language. That's how you spell truth. 3 R's, 2 O's, a U, and a PH.
How do you spell love in boogie language?
Laugh.
Laugh. If you guys watched our Instagram stories from this past weekend, you may have learned a sentence or two.
Boogie's writing a book. It's actually a dictionary on boogie language mixed with a recipe book and how to order in boogie language. Lauren Koch is in the house, and I want to say happy 1-year pictureversary. It popped up on my Facebook today, and I was going to message you for your transformation, so that's awesome.
Love that. Okay. Let's get into today's conversation, shall we?
I'm already in today's conversation. What do you mean? Join me.
Today's topic. So yesterday we talked about couples goals part 1. Remember when we created the funnel? Now I realize
the vagina funnel.
Now I realize that I may potentially have to do this thing where I keep tabs of my graphs, but I do not intend to do that. I intend to take massive action. Whether it'll be organized, I am not sure. I only have 10 notebooks. Every day I write a lot of things.
We have to take notes while the other person's talking because I learned I interrupt a lot.
We're like, what notebook did I write this in today? I don't know.
Like 30 notebooks everywhere. Gosh, I can't find this important one sentence I wrote down somewhere.
But I don't know if you guys remember the funnel, but basically last week, last month.
Part 1. Who knows? Last year, maybe. Sure.
We talked about the top of the funnel when it comes to couples goals, right? Which is the more physical side, and that sort of thing.
Attraction.
But now it's like, all right, how do we start going down
What was it specifically? How do we start going down?
the funnel?
That is a different show. That is a different show.
We are not going to have that show either. We are going to teach
That's
you.
not our show.
We're going to teach you to do a lot of things, but that thing you can figure out on your own or find a different teacher for that. So whatever it may be. Yeah.
But it was about attraction and something else. Attraction and...
We talked about the
Perfect.
scale of attraction.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. And now, today, we're going to go deeper, which is...
Deeper down the funnel. You are now starting to go down the funnel. Okay? So, quick recap. Attraction is important because, remember this, our brains took hundreds of thousands of years to evolve, and like it or not, when you see someone from a distance, you judge them based on how they look. Now, of course, through conversation, let's say, you're like, man, like as they're walking to the coffee shop or down the bar, you're like, they look good. Or down the gym, obviously. We don't really hang out in bars. We hang out in gyms and coffee shops. Let's be real.
I hang out under the bar bell.
Yes, or bar. We're like, damn, she looks good or he looks good or whatever it is. And then, let's say if you guys have a terrible conversation, you're like, ugh, but as soon as they open their mouth, like, forget about it. Or as soon as they open their mouth, you're like, wow, like, I want more of that, right? So let's talk about, okay, what happens after that? Like, how do we keep on going down the funnel into the next level of couples goals?
You could consider part 1 of couples goals to be first base.
Gosh, I did not play these games when I was growing up.
How do you get to first base? Like, open the conversation.
Yeah.
I think this is how the bases came into, like, this analogy's been around for a long time. How do you get to second base? Ooh, if home run is the dun-dun-dun, first base.
What if home run happens like on first base?
No, it's not first base. Home run is a home run. First base is first base.
But what if
You have to get to first base, second base, third base to get a home run.
That is true. Agreed. I was just running
Come
a
on,
scenario in my
man.
head. True. Okay.
You just move really quick.
I'm an athlete. I
No,
move
that
really
is
fast.
the home run. The home run is all bases in one hit. Right?
Yeah.
First base is first base. Might not happen on one hit. You boom, ta, got my ball, pew, first base.
Oh, like Sonic.
But then you stop
He
there.
went through all the bases real quick.
And then you have to, then you go first base to second base. This is the slower approach. We're going to talk about after first base, which is the conversation, the initial meeting, the whatever. What's second? A little more serious.
It's not just like, oh, what coffee you drink, and then you're like, I will have a frappuccino with whipped cream, and you're like, ew, they drink sugar.
Third base would be like, I got a grope in there, or I saw something. I saw a piece.
What?
Home base is the da-da-da-da, you know?
Oh, got it. Okay, so second
This is amazing. I'm sad there's only 50 people watching right now. Like, the rest of the world is missing out right now. I feel like.
Definitely missing out.
Invite your friends. This is a great conversation.
Yes.
This is a good conversation you can extend and have with them later.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So the next part is having attraction to similar things, being interested in the same things. Because here's the thing, when it comes to continuously improving your relationship, it requires a time and an energy investment, and of course a monetary investment to some degree too, right? But it's like, how can you invest your resources if you don't like similar things? And that is why for a lot of people, it's like, you know, it happened to a few of you guys. It's like when you got on this journey, right? Like you started getting really into fitness, and if your partner was like very anti the things that you now got into, then you started having conflicts, or vice versa, right? Like, you know, if you started liking fitness and you started becoming consistent with your fitness, and, you know, then your partner got more into it, then guess what? Now, like, you have more similar interests, which allows you to spend more time and energy towards a common purpose to some degree. So like with you and I mean, the setting that we were in when we met, like that already, like if we didn't have similar interests, there's no way that I would have met you.
Yeah, we wouldn't have both been there.
Right.
Yeah. But that was at a specific event too, which was, you know, something that really revolves around one thing that we're both very into and passionate about. Whereas, you know, you meet somebody, you know, at a more of a general event or a bar, it's like and you may have the common interest, but that place where you met or the setting, you both have to be interested in wherever you were at. That's why you were there. Mm-hmm. But if that setting or that thing or that place that you met at isn't a huge component of, you know, one of your values or things like that, then, you know, it could easily divert.
Yeah.
But because the event we were at was such a big component of both of our lives.
Of our core values, yeah.
Yep.
And that's why we're able to take it to the next level. So, you know, similar interests is something that, you know, super important. Also, another thing to top off that is, you know, being in similar circles. This is not me manifesting anything, but this is me definitely manifesting something. Very soon, what's going to happen is that there's going to be a lot of newfound relationships from this page. 100%. There's going to also be weddings. Why? Because you start meeting people who have similar interests. So if you're on a mission to better yourself, and then, you know, like you meet somebody and there's the mutual attraction and you guys have similar interests, you guys are more likely to hang out more often than not. Just saying.
ENS weddings. We're going to need to partner with a wedding planner.
No, we're not going to plan their wedding. I'm
not planning a wedding. I didn't want to plan my own wedding. What do you mean?
Sure.
I said partner with a wedding planner.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to happen. And you know what?
Millions of people don't get together and then not end up in relationships.
Yeah. And guess what? And a bunch of you guys too are probably going to be invited to those weddings.
And
because you became friends with one another.
And some of you guys, I know someone somewhere has a crush on someone else somewhere in this community. Yeah. I know it.
I know that a bunch of you guys are laughing.
I ain't no fool. Can I hire you to marry us? That would be amazing. I would totally. What is it called? What is it called when you get the certification?
I don't remember.
I feel like it's a word I should know. Please forgive my naive nature to how people get married. Ordained. Yes. Ordained?
I think so.
I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
Redeemed myself. Okay.
Redeemed. Erin, the redeemed ordained. And then she can be your DJ too.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
So,
gosh. I just sounded like the Kool-Aid guy. Oh yeah.
And the MC.
Don't give me a microphone or a megaphone. I cannot guarantee things will be appropriate.
Yeah, so I mean, it's only obvious that soon, there's going to be a lot of weddings coming out of this page. Also, there have been breakups with some of you guys since joining this community because there was misalignment, right? Like you no longer were interested in similar things. You realize how, one of the reasons of that was that, that person was now adding negative energy and taking away time from things that you actually value. But guess what? Sometimes in life, it gets worse before it gets better. But is it really getting worse? Not really. However, in the moment, you might think that.
In the moment, it feels worse.
Yeah. So, being in similar circles is definitely a huge contributor to and a part of having similar interests. Some of you guys, like if you got your partner to be a part of this page, your relationship has improved. There's a couple of people that I think of, Stacy and Nicole, Megan and Raina Sweetheart, like bunch of you guys, even like Liz.
Julie and Lauren.
Like Liz and Tracy, right? It's like your partner's like, go do this, go do that with them.
They're encouraging you and being super supportive. It's amazing. It can go either way. You grow together or you grow apart, period. Everybody is evolving. You can evolve better or you can evolve worse.
Yeah.
So you either evolve in the same direction or you evolve away from one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sometimes you could be evolving better, but in separate ways, like in two different roads.
But still in a mutual understanding and supportive environment.
Yeah, but more often than not, I see that, less often leading to, a more soulful relationship, simply because you become a byproduct of your environment, whether you like it or not. So if you're both working on yourself, but you're in two similar environments, that's better than, complete misalignment. But if you are, a byproduct of a different environment with different, a set of core values or interests, then it's still not ideal. That's the way I see it. But again, I know that I'm super specific with how I think. So that's just my opinion. And that's a part of my life experience with you, right? Not every, for example, back in the day, right? Before I met you, I dated a few girls who were into fitness, but nothing was like you because we didn't see fitness eye to eye. So then some things that they would say would just completely piss me off because I'm like, no. I'm like, stop counting your goddamn macros and then eat like an asshole. I'm like, that's just nasty. Because then you feel like shit for 2 days and now when I have sex and you're like, I'm bloated. I'm like, fuck off. Because I can't fuck off. And we were in complete alignment. And it's so much better. It's you don't have to explain yourself. It's almost like when they say something, you're like, yes. It's when we'd wake up and you're like, baby, you want to go to the gym? And then we'll do the same workout. We'll do the same workout. It's so much more fun when you go to the gym and you do the same workout together, rather than in two different rooms. So I'm telling you guys, a bunch of you guys are going to end up marrying each other. I know it. It's going to be amazing. And then there's going to be little ENS babies.
I'm so excited. I'm terrified to have one, but it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone way down a rabbit hole, Denise.
Okay, okay, so this is step 2 of going down the funnel.
And
next week we're gonna talk about the peony part of the funnel.
I haven't heard that anybody's upset about the rabbit hole we've gone down. So let's climb out of the rabbit hole, go into the, what did you just call it? A peony hole?
Yeah, so
I don't know what's happening.
If there is a funnel, it's got 3 parts. Part 1, enter the funnel. Part 2, go down the funnel.
You get into the skinnier part of the funnel.
Part 3, peony funnel.
I don't even know what that means. What is the definition of peenie?
Whatever that is, I don't know.
In Sarit's, the Merriam-Sarit's dictionary.
This is the narrowest.
This is the Sarit's Webster.
This is the narrowest part of the funnel.
The Sarit's Webster dictionary.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have for today.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay, well, what was like the main thing? Maybe I
Similar interests and similar circles.
Yeah. So, step 1, initial attraction. Step 2 is having similar core values.
Agreement.
Yeah, like agreement in what you value in life. Because if you don't, then one person's going to want to hang out way over there, and the other person's going to want to hang out way over there, and there's a disconnect. Good relationship has good connection. I get extremely irritable when I don't feel connected to Sarit. And it's not because we don't have similar core values or beliefs or are trying to like go the same direction. It's because we're in the same house together all the time, but sometimes we're so involved in everybody else's stuff that we don't involve each other in, we don't involve ourselves in each other so much. So it's like, wow, I've been around you this whole time, but I miss you. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's important to have friends that are mutual, right? Doesn't mean like Sarit and I are, I mean, you can call it crazy. I think this is, I think it's a great situation that we have. And I think when you're truly, genuinely like stoked about the person that you're with, you want to spend a lot of time with them. Now, some people are different where they're like, you know, I need some time for me. And I've been that way before, but I've always thought that the reason I want time for me is because I'm irritated with you right now and like you're annoying me. And I don't want to be around you, so I just want to be around me. I need girl time. I never feel that way. Mm-hmm. If anything, I'm like, I want to be around you more. So, you know, having mutual friends, having activities that you enjoy doing together, things like that. Otherwise, you know, you'll have a hard time connecting on certain stuff. You have a hard time having certain conversations because you just like you don't understand what they're talking about. You're like, I don't resonate with that because I'm not into that. Or, you know, I don't like those kind of people. Or, you know, I don't feel like I vibe well in that environment that you like. So it's important to have similar interests, similar friends, similar mindsets. I would say is like the step 2 of, or like the getting deeper into the funnel. Mm-hmm. In order to know that you're going the right direction for a good, healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And each person is different, you know? So whereas I only know my story, I only know the things that I like, don't like in a relationship. That's the only angle I can really come at. In regards to how much time you want to spend with your significant other. So. Mm-hmm. Mel, a recap. Oh, this is good. Let's read Mel's recap. Funnels, peenie, question mark. The dun-da-da. What base is what? First, second. Sarit is going for that home run. Everyone is 12 and I can't breathe because I'm laughing so hard. That's a great recap. I think people also grow themselves with their partners. People can change a ton. Totally. That's why we say like grow together or grow apart. Doesn't mean you have to have exactly 100% the same like hobbies and stuff like that, but you have to be on the same page. You have to have a mutual understanding and respect for what that person enjoys doing and not fault them for wanting to spend time doing those things. You have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Cozier, I'm an introvert. There are times I really need for myself to recharge. Yeah, everyone's different. Mm-hmm. Totally. Jenna had to take the dog out. Trying to figure out what's being said by reading lips because I'm stuck at work. Oh dear, Kim, you're gonna have to go back and watch. Oh, what if you've been in a relationship for a long time? Then your mindset changes. You guys want to know something special? I just wrote that down for another topic because that is a different conversation. How to bring your partner along your fitness journey when it's new to the household. Because that is a trickier situation. Your partner is not used to you wanting to work out all the time. Who the fuck are Erin and Sarit, and why are you always listening to these bitches? You know, why do we have to eat so healthy all the time now? This sucks. Like, how do you get on the same page then with that situation?
This feels like you're a part of like a cult or something. What is this cult you're a part of?
Putting the cult in culture. But it's all conversation. It's all communication, right? And the reason why Sarit said, and this is my own thought, the reason why Sarit said that more often than not, couples have a difficult time when somebody starts a new like fitness journey is because you can't make the other person change. You can't make them want to change. You can lead by example. You can encourage them verbally. You can have conversations with them so that they understand. You can get a verbal understanding from them.
You can inspire them.
You can inspire them, but you can't make them want to change. So there sometimes is resistance because they're like, you're totally a new person now. And you're like, yeah, and I feel amazing because I'm making changes for myself that make me feel good about me for the first time in a long time. And to then feel faulted for that is tricky. And especially when you have history with that person and you care about that person and you love that person, you want the best for that person, it's a difficult situation. And I don't think there's any perfect cookie cutter answer for it. But I think that's definitely a conversation we've touched on a little bit before, but we can definitely go into. But it's a different episode. Yeah. So, got it on the docket. What's a docket? I don't even know what a docket is, but that sounded
a dot
accurate in context.
Dot and a pocket. The dotted dot.
Okay.
Pocket. I don't know.
Okay. You guys, I had a wonderful time with you this morning.
And so did I.
I think that it was a great conversation. I hope you laughed because one of my favorite things in the world is making people laugh or being any part of somebody's laughter. Generating.
You're so cute. You guys, tomorrow is Friday. You're gonna have a surprise. So you will find out later today what is that surprise. And that's that.
That's it. You guys, if you enjoyed this, if you got something special from it, if you learned anything new, you laughed, whatever, you thought about somebody, please share it. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube or leave a review if you're listening to this on podcast. And also if you're listening to this on podcast, try to make it live because it's extremely fun. And that happens Monday through Thursday at 9-ish a.m. Eastern time, or 9:30-ish a.m. Eastern time, and Fridays at 9 Eastern time. So thank you for who you guys are, for how you contribute to this community, for the amount of love, inspiration, motivation, accountability, and support that you give one another on the page. It's insane. I can't keep up with it. So thank you guys, and we hope that you have a fantastic and blessed day. Much love.
And we will see you
Mañana.
tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Bye.
Bye, guys.